Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, in talking to people about the Iraqi Dinar, I was bringing up the point. Look, a lot of the news is just repetitive. We know that Iraq is doing all they can to get in the good graces of the United States. They need certain sanctions removed, especially the sanctions on their currency. That is a biggie. So let's get into a couple of things and let me explain what it is we're looking for all together so that you understand what is the holdup, okay? Before we get started, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold, silver, or any other precious metals, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description, or just type in www.moneymetals.com/Pimpy. If you make a purchase when you follow that link, you will automatically be entered for a chance to win 10 free silver ounces. So get started today, and hopefully your stack will start to look like this real soon. So head on over, tell them Pimpy sent you. You can follow me over on other platforms. I do have my own group over on Facebook called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So head on over here and join us. It's free to do so. In here, I do post updates. If I should get on suspension from YouTube or get removed from YouTube and you want to know what happened to me, I'll let you know right here in this group. I can be found on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, and the cool thing about YouTube, if you come over here and you join and you find my channel, I got videos going back, I believe, a couple years. So if you want to see some older videos that I have on Nasera, Jacera, gold, silver, cryptos, come on over here and join. Look me up and check out my videos. You can also find me on Odyssey. Catch me on Rumble. When I say that the links for all these are down below in the description, some of you don't know what I'm talking about. It's real simple. Just go down to the bottom right here of any of my videos. See this? This is the description. Hit show more. And there are all the links to all the platforms I just spoke about. So if you do want to head on over to Money Metals, just click it. And there you are. So come on over. Join us. I look forward to having you. Just a quick little sidebar. I don't know if you saw this. So the AI decided to take white actors and turn them into black actors, and you were supposed to guess who the actors are. And this one was easy for me, believe it or not. I named both of them. But I thought, you know what? This is crazy, the ability of the artificial intelligence. Anyways, that's Leonardo DiCaprio and Julia Roberts. What they would be like if they were black. These are not even real people. These two pictures are fake. They're not even of existing people. But the fact that you just look at these pictures and you say to yourself, wow, these look like pictures of two individuals. But they're not. Anyways, I just thought I would share with you because of how realistic these pictures look that AI has created. Okay, so back to Iraq. Here's the thing. When it comes to Iraq and the government, there's always some type of holdup, some type of issue. Most of the time you have corrupt individuals, and trust me, every government has corrupt individuals. God knows here in the United States, we have a crap load of corrupt people in Congress. People who only care about themselves and not the people they represent. So, over there in Iraq, that's the same thing. No different. Except for the United States likes to point out the corruption and use that as an ongoing excuse to keep troops over there in Iraq and keep control of their assets, as well as what they can and can't do, for that matter. Iraq still has sanctions on their money, which is a big deal to us, because if you are invested in the currency, it makes it really hard for the currency to go up in value when there's certain types of sanctions on there. And I've had people go, no, Pimpy, there's no sanctions on the currency, even though I showed it in the video. Yes, there are sanctions on currency, which means that every time Iraq does something with their currency, they have to clear it first with the United States. And Joe Biden, being as corrupt as him and his administration is, they're doing all they can to keep Iraq from joining the BRICS nations. In addition to that, doing all they can to control the flow of oil and where it's going. Recently, we know the Biden administration started allowing Iran, not Iraq, Iran, to increase their production of oil. Do you think he did it for the benefit of the American people? No, he did it for the benefit of China. So what's going on with Iraq? We still have to settle the gas and oil laws with Kurdistan. This has been ongoing for quite some time. Plus the displaced people, who's going to take care of them and where are they going to go? We have elections coming up again. We know the United States pointed fingers at 14 banks claiming they were laundering money, and that was an excuse for them to reduce the amount of dollars going into Iraq. And when they reduce the amount of dollars going to Iraq, it increases the gap between the official exchange rate versus the black market exchange rate. I showed you guys an example of what would happen if you are a citizen in Iraq and you had an opportunity to exchange your American dollars for the Iraqi dinar. Why would you go to the bank when you can only get 1,300 Iraqi dinars for every dollar? When you can turn around and go to the black market and get something like 1,550 dinars for every dollar. If you're trying to make ends meet, if you're trying to settle debt, it's better for you to go to the black market. You get way more dinars for your dollars, which then would allow you to purchase more items. I knew as soon as Iraq and Iran had made a new deal about how to settle on their debts between one another, that America was going to have an issue with them. Then all of a sudden the 14 banks got nailed and they reduced the amount of money going to them as, in my opinion, a repercussion for Iraq's actions. The United States says that's nothing to do with it, but we know dang well it does. But then you turn around and you see America loosen up sanctions to benefit China. Go figure. In addition, we know they put together a 3-year budget. It has been voted on. It passed. It was announced in the news. And still, they had not yet allocated out all the funds for the budgets. Once they have been fully implemented and the money has been dispersed, what we're hoping to see is the start of infrastructure, which would give a lot of employment for the locals, which is what the youth want. Because when they can't work, what do? They uprise. We know that Iraq has an issue with Turkey when it comes to the so-called water files. We know that Turkey has dams blocking a ton of the water that Iraq should have access to. We know that Syria is the same thing. We know Turkey is releasing less than half the amount of water it agreed to release in order for Iraq to have a successful agriculture. Agriculture for Iraq is very important. It's part of their economy, a major part of it. And if you want a stronger Iraqi dinar, you're definitely going to need agriculture to be a part of it. The Tigris River almost looks completely empty, and this has been an ongoing issue for quite some time, to the point where Iraq has made threats about blowing up the dam altogether. So Iraq has been meeting with Turkey regularly, trying to get these things resolved. We now know that Iraq is also going to build their own dams, which in my opinion, they should have done this a long time ago. I believe once some dams are done and they're able to block the water, they will be able to control the flow of the water, keeping it from just going straight out to the sea, create a reserve. And of course, this would help them with their agriculture. The farmers will have water. They'll be able to farm. Right now, a lot of farmers have left the farming industry and went on to other jobs just because there's no water to grow anything. That's how crazy it is over there. We spoke about this earlier. There's elections coming up already. So last time we know what happened, elections took place. People voted. Most of the people were Sauter's people. They couldn't get anything accomplished. So Sauter himself and his people were told to resign, and they did, allowing Maliki and his people in the coordinated framework to then control the government. And Maliki's been there before, and he stole a ton of money from the Iraqi people. But yet here he is in charge again with the coordinated framework. Since Maliki and one other of the main people who control the coordinated framework both own banks, and those banks make money off these auctions that you see the banks have with the currency, they make millions of dollars off those. So they don't want to fix anything in the banking industry. They don't want to fix anything with the auctions because that would be cutting into their illegal money that they make. How does this help the Iraqi people? It doesn't. That's the point. We know Iraq is being pushed through the World Trade Organization. Their application and their ascension into the organization is moving quickly, which would be a huge boost to Iraq and their economy. So the future does look promising for Iraq. It's just that every time we try to get to a good point, one thing after another pops up, preventing Iraqi people from being prosperous. But I still have faith in Iraq, and I still keep their currency. And so should you. So once all these things get settled, and it appears like they're on track to do so, it's not going to happen quickly. Like I said, I do believe the Iraqi dinar will go up in increments. I still believe that today. And I will still hold on to my Iraqi dinar because I do think it's a good investment. Anyways, that's it for now. You guys let me know what you think, and I will catch you later. I'm out.